the discussion. Are you ready?
Yes.
Okay, so what are your thoughts on the Museum of Failure?
Mm. Most of all, failure is very important. I think so. I agree about it. But I think it is depends on the culture. For example, in the Asian culture, failure is not easy to be acceptable, right? So, personally speaking, I like to use other person's failure, but I don't want to make failure by myself because I should pay big cost if I make a failure, right? Especially we the human can improve the culture and technology through the failure, but if we consider the history, there are so many people to die because of the failure, like war, disease, or explorer, and so on, right? That's the root, I think.
Yeah, I mean, I've always thought that, like growing up with lessons, life lessons, I always thought, I'd rather learn from other people's mistakes than my own. But other people's mistakes don't hit home, do they?
Yeah.
And when it comes to making things, not everyone's going to have the inspirations and thoughts and ideas that you have. So if you never try to come up with these new thoughts and inspirations and ideas, you never might be successful.
Yeah.
So it's okay to fail, I guess. Yes.
And then, for example, when I was young, I could try new one, right? But for example, these days I'm a little old, and I have a family, so it is not easy to try new one. So it is not easy to accept the failure. That's the unfortunate. I think so. I agree, but that's the truth for me.
Okay. All right. So next question, number 2.
Okay.
Would you be interested in visiting the Museum of Failure?
Yes, I think so, because we can know that the human can improve the technology or the history through the failure, many sort of the failure, right? So it's very useful, and I can feel the motivation.
Yeah, of course, of course. As I said, I never heard of this museum before, but I think I would like it. Same as you, to get some inspiration myself and to feel good about, everyone makes mistakes. And it's, you have to make a few mistakes before they make some success.
Yeah.
Like for even the Heinz, for example, they tried new things, they tried new flavors. Some were good, some were bad. That's life.
Yes, right.
And now, question number 3. Have any of your country's biggest companies had any famous failures?
Let me see. Maybe Samsung mobile phone, right?
Yeah.
Some years ago, maybe 10 years ago, Samsung made a big mistake about the smartphone. At the time, they made a new model smartphone, and then, unfortunately, that new model smartphone was exploded. Boom. So at the time, Samsung should recall this new model smartphone. Yeah. So as a result, Samsung company should get the big loss. On the other hand, anyway, they conquered the failure, and then currently one of the biggest smartphone company. Furthermore, one more case. Maybe LG.
LG, yeah.
LG is also the electronic company, and then
they're good with TVs, right? That's what they're known for in Europe.
Yes, especially they made many sort of the electronic devices, and then LG also made a smartphone, but unfortunately they gave up the smartphone market. On the other hand, they change the flow, and then these days, LG also is also one of the biggest electronic company for TV, washing machine, refrigerator, vacuum, and so on. So unfortunately, LG should give up the smartphone market. They can change the flow and then they can change the rule in the market.
Yeah, they've kept going, they've stayed afloat, you know, they
Yeah.
made a business out of other electronics.
Yes.
Have you ever had Samsung?
I don't have the experience to use Samsung phone because using iPhone is familiar for me.
I've always worked with Samsung, so I'm used to working with Android, and
Yes.
I'm no good with iPhones. I've tried a couple of times, and once you are used to, you know, a specific software like Android, that I can't use iPhones.
Yes. As I mentioned, it's related to the habit, right?
Yeah, it's what you get used to, definitely.
Mm-mm.
Okay. Number 5. Do you agree that failure is a much better teacher than success?
Frankly, I cannot agree because I think half and half. Success is also so good for us. For example, if we do the success, we can feel the motivation, right? So,
Of course.
furthermore, if we do the success, we can get the benefit from the market, from outside. So,
Of course.
if possible, I'd like to do the success.